Hey friends, welcome to Mountain Meadow Homestead. My name is Melissa if you're new here, and it is a beautiful evening to be working outside. I think it's like 65 degrees out right now. It's very odd for May for us to have this type of weather and to feel like summer. But we're soaking it all in. One thing I wanted to share with you today is what I'm going to do as a solution for water and feed for my chickens. So currently what we have is your typical 5-gallon buckets that they've got. Like, you can get one at Tractor Supply for, there's a water, and then they have a feed bucket as well. And that's what we've been using, but the water, they run out of water really fast. Usually when I come every day, it's empty and dry as a bone. So I think they're probably needing way more water than what we're providing them, especially with it getting warmer and longer days, and they're spending more time outside. So I wanted something that would ensure that they had water for multiple days at a time. And same thing with food. They don't go through the food as fast as they do the water, but I wanted to make sure that they had a system that if we wanted to leave for a few days, that they would have enough food for us to do so. I've done a lot of research on the different types of setups that people will tend to use for both food and water. And this is the one that I kind of came down to what I wanted to use. I did want some type of barrel system, whether that was a 55-gallon drum or a 30-gallon drum of sorts. It was much cheaper to go with a trash can. Now, I did want something that was food grade, gonna last a long time, BPA free, those type of things. We are what we eat, and so I want to make sure that I'm not getting those chemicals through my chickens. This trash can made by Rubbermaid kind of fit all of those criteria that I had. So I'll show you. I got these off of Amazon, and I can link them down below. But these are the two systems that I discovered that I wanted to use for both water and food. So the first one that I'll show you, this is for water. And both these kits came with the proper drill bits or hole saw for the feeder to be used to create the insert into the can for me. So basically what this is this is a little cup that when it fills up with water, it closes off. And then once the chickens drink enough water out of it, it springs back up to allow it to fill back up with water. So they do come with a rubber gasket. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a little rubber gasket, and then it'll have a screw on the back end, or a nut on the back end. So that's for the water. For the feed, we have these things. So essentially what it is, you drill a big hole with a hole saw, you put it in, there's a gasket that comes with this, and essentially, from my understanding, you'll go from the inside, stick this in, put the rubber gasket in, and then screw this on, and it's installed. They sit like this. The feed gravity pulls it down, obviously, and we'll want to install this only about 3 inches or so from the bottom. And then the chickens, they just reach down and get the feed. So it also helps with food waste, is my hope too. And I read a lot of reviews that these do help with food waste. And then they do come, with these plugs that if you ever needed to plug them up for whatever reason, you could do that. So we're gonna go ahead and mark these. So I've got 2 cans. I've got one here and one here. One's for food, one's for water. And I just have a black marker that I'm just gonna go around and mark where I'm gonna set all of these, and then we'll go ahead and start drilling.
I put these together the first week of May, and it is now the first week of June, and so I can honestly say these have worked beautifully. We went on vacation for about 5 days, and the water bin lasted that whole time plus some. The food bin lasted almost a month. I believe. But one mistake that I did make is I didn't put these right away on top of cement blocks, and my chickens broke one of these watering cups off, and so I have had to replace that. So, highly recommend that you get them up on cement blocks. We have noticed a difference that we're not having any more issues with them breaking those cups off.
Well, that worked out really well. You can see these cups all filled up and they're no longer allowing water to come into the cups because they're full. And I'm not seeing any leaks around where I've put these into the trash can. And so I'm just curious. Yeah, so you can see this lifted up as I was taking water out to fill up. And then as it fills up, it lowers and stops the flow of water. So I think this is a win. We'll take this up to the property. I'm going to put it on some cinder blocks so it's up off the ground a little bit, and we'll put the lid on, fill it all the way up with water before we do that, and we'll see how many days this lasts us. Okay, so now we're going to do the one for the chicken feed. I think this one's going to be a little bit harder just because I have to drill some bigger holes, and I've never used a hole saw before, so we'll see if I can do it myself. If not, I will recruit my husband to help me. All right, we got all the holes punched and got all of these feeders put in here. And I'm going to turn this over so you can see. So what happens is the feed will slowly go down as they are eating the feed, and because of gravity, it'll all go to the bottom. I'm really excited to see how these work, and I'll probably post a short showing how successful or unsuccessful it is. I'm hoping it's super successful, and we're gonna get these, both the water and the food bins, installed in our chicken run. This weekend we're going to completely renovate our chicken run, and I'm going to take you along for that process. So stick around. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it for others. And if you're not already subscribed, we'd love if you'd stick around for future videos. So we hope you have a great night, friend, and we'll see you later.